Hey everybody, it's Carl's from Immortals Inc. Podcast. I got Mikey over there drinking stuff.
Some super serum.
Super serum. And then we're here to talk a little bit about World of Darkness with Amanda.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
I'm back.
She's back.
I'm always back.
Welcome back.
Because we needed somebody to talk about stuff that's scary.
And it came out recently, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty recent. So Blood Sigils.
For once.
It's the new book for vampire. I know there's another one I need to get and review, but we'll do that next time.
Yeah.
But this one is like an expansion for people who play, people who use thaumaturgy, like Tremere, Banu Hakim, as well as the new Thin Blood Alchemists.
Ooh.
So it's great for expanding on it. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Old World of Darkness and Tremere and the blood magics.
Blood alchemists, the guys who go to dust and smoke. Who are they?
Don't know.
But you knew it wasn't them.
Yep.
Anyway, go
That's
ahead.
all that matters.
Hey.
What are the name of those people that turn to dust to
Is
disguise
this
themselves?
about Lasombra? Are we going to
Yes.
keep going back to Lasombra?
No, I just wanted to see if he remembered. But anyway, go ahead.
Speaking of which, I have Lasombra at my table.
No
Anyway,
discrimination.
hey. So if you're familiar with Old World of Darkness, there was a group called Tremere, okay? And they could do thaumaturgy. Basically, they use their blood to do magic, okay? There was a couple other groups who could sort of do it. The Assamites, which are now the Banu Hakim, as well as the Zemis, which are the flesh crafters. They had Setites. They had something like blood sorcery, but it wasn't as good as what Tremere had, okay? And it was very instantaneous. You were like a Swiss Army knife as a vampire. They were my favorite clan. They aren't anymore, okay? So that says anything. Tremere is basically the redhead stepchild in vampire now.
Ooh.
I know, bad role to have. They've been knocked down from their high horse that they were on. The Assamites became the Banu Hakim, took back their role in vampire society, rejoined the Camarilla, and so the Tremere are just kind of there. Okay.
Lost all their power.
Yep.
Their
And
shininess.
thaumaturgy isn't as robust. So it used to be instantaneous. You could throw fireball, kind of like in D&D, or put somebody in a water prison like Kakashi and Naruto, okay? So cool stuff. Now it's all rituals. They only have one thaumaturgy path of blood. Everything else is a ritual, and you have to kind of pre-prepare to use it. So you can't just be like, you know what, I'm going to do this thing because the situation calls for it. You have to have some forethought.
Gotta do a chant.
Kind of, it's like...
I think what it sounds like they Tremere was a little overpowered, maybe, or like
When you look at World of Darkness, Old World of Darkness, all the bad guys had all the toys. They were the thing that gave you something back. Okay, so you wanted to be the Venture with a Tremere in your pocket. Mm-hmm. Because they could go ahead and do rituals to make somebody look like a Diablerist. They could make it so somebody had to leave the town or die, basically, Night of the Red Heart. There was a number of rituals. There was also the ability to go on the offensive with Fireball. Okay. And there was a lot of facets. There was elemental magic with Koldunic. There was technomancy where they could manipulate electronics.
Technomancy.
did they spread that out then? All these powers amongst everybody in clan.
A lot of groups can now use thaumaturgy. So that, yes, it's spread out. When I modified Vampire, that was one of the first things I did, was make everybody have thaumaturgy because I thought everybody needed that flavor, right? But it's weaker now. So having it spread out just makes it more and more diluted.
Instead of, okay. I could see where that way everybody can get a little piece of it instead of like you having to dump all the power into one thing.
Yes.
It gave too much power to one. And I could see like in a storyline, even from what you're saying, like a lot of stuff you're saying, I'm like, I can barely grasp of what the clans are and everything like that. But from what you're saying, it sounds like there was, Tremere had all the power, or they were more important than they were. It seems
they were still kind of weak for Cam Loyal.
Was it? But,
yes.
And it sounds like with the new clans they brought in, or the stuff that they brought back, or the new people and everything, they were able to spread it out a little bit, so that way they had a chance.
It is spread out.
You think it's game balance, or
even?
Is it game balance or story?
It's both.
Okay.
So like game balancing, it makes it hard to talk someone into playing a Tremere. Okay. Personally, the mechanics don't bother me. Do I miss the ability to make a decision off the fly? Yes. Especially as a storyteller, because I can't just be like pulling Tremeres out of my pocket to do fun stuff. I can't. And it's weird because our current dynamic at the table is we have a Banu Hakim and a Tremere that are friends, which wouldn't happen in a normal campaign. But they're both magic users. And that definitely wouldn't normally happen at a table because that was a feud. Well, historically, as well as storyline in the current.
Sounds like one's going to turn on the other some point.
Very likely.
Like right now when you're not there. No.
That's fine. They're doing their feeding test. It's going to end horribly, as it always does. But overall, when it comes to this book, despite everything with thaumaturgy, the good is that it comes out with new ways to do magic. There's actually tattoo magic now. That wasn't a thing before. So I thought that was kind of neat.
Something you should do.
Dude, I don't even have any tattoos. You just got a tattoo.
Yes, I did.
So what magic comes with that?
A bill?
It wasn't a bad bill, actually. It was pretty nice.
I'm kidding.
I realized I'm a lot tougher than I thought I was.
Nice. Was it the first one?
Yeah.
No way. First one ever?
First tattoo, yep.
Did you cry?
No way.
No.
There's no crying.
No.
You scream and swing.
Dude, I didn't know it was your first one. That's crazy.
Yep. And it looks pretty sweet. It's a puppy paw.
Nice.
But
That's not very vampire.
I thought it was going to be the VTM
I
logo.
was a creature in White Wolf, I would be a Garu. So, like, in our group of friends, we all decide who would be what. I was already labeled Garu because I love dogs, you know, that's my thing.
All right, maybe it does. Anyway, go back.
With this, there's a lot of new ways to do magic, okay? They bring back technomancy, but it's ritualistic technomancy. They bring back Koldunic sorcery, but it's rituals. So, like, if you played old VTM, you didn't have necessarily easy access to Koldunic sorcery because it was limited to a small group.
Why is it called that?
Koldunic sorcery, it's just elemental magic. Okay, so you could pick each of the elements, you know, water, fire, like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Okay, you could make a character like that. It was very easy to make a theme with a Tremere back then. Now, Koldunic sorcery has come back. It's a little bit more limited. Like I said, you have to have some forethought, but you can do it, and any of the groups can do it. If they have magic, they can do it.
Okay.
Same thing with technomancy. Well, there is one bonus if you're playing a thin blood. They get a little bit more with the technomancy because they're the most modern.
So that's just mixing magic with the modern
technology. Yes.
Yeah.
So there's cool things there. There's also some interesting.
Oh, sorry. That would make sense for new clans then, because they're the youngest. Yeah,
they're the youngest, and so they have a little bit more. They're more well versed in tech, so they can manipulate it better. There's some new lore sheets that kind of branch out a little bit more for Tremere, a little bit more for Banu Hakim. There's a little Hakata in there. There's not as much necromancy in here as I thought there would be. So I'm gathering they're going to probably do a whole necro book.
For the dead?
Yeah, for the Hakata, because they do necromancy. The Hakatas, like the Cappadocians and the Giovanni, all lumped together. So all the clans that did play with the dead all became one. So there's a little bit of stuff in here, but not much.
Is it worth it?
I think so. I like it. I'm just... if you're looking for Old World of Darkness, you're not going to get it. Yeah. But we've been saying that about this whole series.
Yeah, you've said that everything.
Okay. When it comes to like running a game, I like it because it's very useful to me. So it gives me more to entice somebody to play a Tremere. It gives me more to do as a storyteller with the Tremere and the other magic users. Gives me some other ideas I didn't think about back in the day on how to do magic. It also has instructions on how to create your own rituals, which was a thing that we used to do back in Old World. But it gives more defined rules on how to create your own rituals.
So, it's compared to this one, is it more magic than the last book you reviewed?
Yes.
Okay. So this is almost like a magic book.
This is a magic book, yes.
To break it down as low as I can, it's like a magic special book for vampires.
Yeah, it's like a Tremere. You know how they used to have all the clan books? Mm-hmm. And Tremere had a bunch of rituals and extra thumb and things in it. Yeah. It's like that, but because there's multiple groups, it's its own thing. It's blood sigils, and it's got all.
And it goes for everybody. So no matter what clan you can play, you can pick this up.
As long as they have the ability to do magic, yes.
Yeah. So
There's a lot of combo disciplines, so you might be playing a character that normally wouldn't have anything to do with magic, but it even talks about how Ventrues can get involved with magic in here based on power combos and stuff.
And what
or roles in the city.
What were Ventrue's specialty?
There's this presence where they make people look at them and like
the
them.
classic.
The classic
Look
stuff,
in my eye.
yes.
Okay.
Look at me. That's why it's Jim's favorite clan. He just wants somebody to look at him.
Look at me.
Be Carlos's favorite clan too.
Yeah, I know.
He likes Nos. And you know what? I've been looking at Hunter too. So there's a lot of change that's happened in World of Darkness.
Oh, I
It's
forgot
not
my Hunter shirt on.
it's not
Duh.
it's not all good. It's not all bad. But when you look at it as an overall, they're trying to do something different with something that's been around a really long time. So I respect that.
No, you gotta.
They're doing better than most companies with that.
Yes.
Yeah. With
and you got to change with the times. So you have to be more, politically correct. So that's why some things get taken out.
Vampire's not a game.
They're doing better than Google.
Yeah, Vampire's not one I would consider politically correct.
It did go politically correct. There's a lot of things they took out. Same with Werewolf, same with Hunter, to make it more palatable to the everyman who wants to play.
See, but still, it's still vampires and you're still killing people.
Yes.
You're still evil. Okay, that's, I guess, the core.
You're still a vampire.
Yeah.
You're still doing stupid stuff and biting people.
You're not sparkly and...
I mean, you could technically, if you really wanted to Twilight this, you could do it.
Okay, well, I could even see that. Like, okay, I want to play a Twilight character. You could do this.
You could do it.
But then the other ones would come up and probably...
They'd probably get really mad at you for doing that.
There's infinite room.
Yeah. But, I mean, and the point is, it's vampire. It's World of Darkness. It's still that core base. I understand what you're saying. Like, I wouldn't even call that political. Like, I would just say appealing to a broader audience.
Well, they take some of the...
Like the old Black Dog. Remember the old Black Dog publications that were just...
Yeah. But they take some of the things that people might consider stereotyping or religiously linked, etc., or culturally linked, and they take that away, which is probably for the best. Okay. But if you played in the past, you might look for that charm and it's not there, and you might feel a certain way about it. But if you just go with an open mind and go, you know what, this is something different. It's not.
Can you still add it if you want it?
Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't.
That's...
I'm a modder. That's what I do. I even was telling Diana, I ran a modded campaign for the longest time, 13 years. Okay, because I wanted to be able to have certain things. I see lots of potential for using this to mod.
Oh, that's good.
So, if you really wanted to have it where everybody has magic, everybody has specific types of magic, you could probably do it real easy with this book. If you wanted to create new powers, you could probably easily do it with this book because it has the instructions for the rituals. You could probably use that to help you do that storyteller stuff to make your own thing. The building blocks are there. I even looked online. You can make modules now for them. So if you had an idea,
write it for them. Yeah.
And they'll put it out there and sell it and everything.
Oh,
so
they allow that. See, I see that exploding. Then I see them. Once they start getting those submissions, you'll probably see a lot more because of course they'll take the best ones, and then they'll publish it.
Looks like we have to make a lot more content for this.
Yeah, that way it's good that they got to that point then.
But if you wanted to make something like the Chicago book where you have a setting and a story and extra stuff, they'll do it. I was looking into that actually. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Cleveland by night.
I know. We still own that.
The failed.
Yeah, we still own it.
Still kicking somewhere.
Somebody would fix the website, Josh. But all right, cool. 1 out of 10. What do you give it? 1 to 10, rather.
I'd give it an 8.
Oh, that's
8?
good.
Any decimals? 8 point.
No, just straight up 8.
Nice.
It's
that's good. It's
the book's good construction. It's got good content. Is it my wish list? No. But I think with the other books that are coming out, that there's more for me out there.
Is the art good?
Yeah, the art's nice.
Yeah, the art's always nice with them.
I'm scared about the book you just got in.
Well, you're about to see it in a little bit.
I know.
Figure it out.
That one scares me as a storyteller. So,
but yeah.
Love and tabletop don't mix. So we'll find that out.
No, never. But thank you for coming in. Thanks for coming in, Amanda.
Anytime.
If you want to have the... if you like what you see, subscribe. If you really like what you see, you have the join button now. It should be there.
Is it there now?
No, but it should be there
okay.
by the time this comes out, or if you're watching it soon after. So.
Okay, but yeah, look out for it. We have a new tier system. Got rid of Patreon people. you'll be loved and missed, but come over here now. It's time.
All right.
Join the dark side.
And until next time, later.
Bye.